Hello, this is Pat again. I'm sorry. This is Pat. We're talking about parenting today. The topic is things responsible parents do. What I need from you would be to get a piece of paper, print your first and last name, put today's date on it. The type of group is parenting, and the topic is things responsible parents do and don't do. All right. So for full credit, you will need to do your progress note, which is simply a piece of paper with the things that I told you to put on the top, and also 3 comments, statements, ideas, thoughts, or feelings that you took away from this video, and also any assignments that I give you while doing this video. If you are being sent by someone to do parenting, I need to have that company, agency, and the person's name that you have as a caseworker or whoever it might be. Okay, very good. So, we're going to talk a little bit about being a responsible parent and how that helps a child to grow into a responsible adult. So, one thing that I've learned over the years, and you may have too, is that we teach more with actions. Responsible parents teach more with actions and use less words. So, whatever that means to you, this is what it means to me. My grandson, who is now grown, came to me one time and told me about something my father did that has stuck with him throughout his life. Many years ago, we went to get newspapers, the Sunday paper. It was a great big, thick, fat paper, had everything in it. People loved to read that one. They may not take the newspaper every day, but they would go and pick up a Sunday paper. And there was a box, a metal box. You put your money in the top. Those days it was coins, like 50 cents, something like that. And when you put the money in, you could open up and get your paper. So my dad and my grandson, Sunday morning, went to the store. On the outside store was the box, put the change in. Dad grabbed the newspapers, threw them on the seat in the back, and drove home. When he got home, he realized that he had taken 2 newspapers rather than 1. And he drove back and waited until someone put their money in, opened the box, and he put the extra newspaper in. Now, some of you may say, that's no big deal. Or some of you may say, that was silly. Why would he drive all the way back? That was a teaching moment of honesty. A teaching moment with honesty that was something that a 5-year-old boy noticed, and now as a 30-something man still remembers. So we teach more with actions. We use less words. That's what responsible parents do. They encourage more than criticize. So the responsible parents encourage more, criticize less. One thing is when we encourage children and we motivate them in the things that they are doing well, we're going to see more of that. The more that strengthens the child's confidence and good qualities. Kids want to please overall. You may say, oh no, my son, he doesn't want to please anybody. No, he really does, but he may have been met with harsh words, inconsiderate comments, or overheard unkind things about him. And in that way, he may have begun to act that way. Well, if that's what I'm labeled, that's what I'll do. But ultimately, kids want their parents to be proud of them. They want their parents to love them, and they want to do things that will bring those feelings of love and contentment to them, to their parents, and to themselves. They want that. When they don't get it, sometimes they give up and go the opposite direction. So today we're talking about encouraging more and criticizing less. Responsible parents reward good behavior. Does that mean I'm going to give them $50 every time they clean off the table by themselves? No, that is not what I'm saying. But noticing it, complimenting them, finding ways to, give them a fist bump, whatever it might be, to build strong and confident and positive parents or children. Children who are criticized constantly grow up second guessing themselves, not feeling good enough. They may be more likely to lash out, get into trouble, have fights, not be able to work. Any little comment made to them will be taken personally. They may be more likely to lash out, get angry, walk off the job, leave the relationship, do whatever. How critical are we with our children on a regular basis? Okay. Number 3, they spend quality time with their children. Now you say, I'm with my kids all day long. How much of that is quality time? How much have you actually sat down with your child, listened to what they have to say, or done something with them? Watch a cartoon, color, whatever. If it's older kids, doing something that they like. Spending quality time is more important than quantity time. All right. Another big one, actions speak louder than words, of course, and we say that responsible parents act responsible. They are responsible individuals themselves. So they don't throw out trash going down the road. They don't cuss somebody out in traffic. They don't do the things that, like letting the power get shut off because they were too busy paying for their cable. They'd rather have cable than pay the power bill. Kids have to live without power or water or whatever it might be, internet, whatever it is that we are putting before our children. So being responsible. They encourage dialogues with their kids. In other words, they find ways to talk with their children, not at them or to them, but engaging in a back and forth conversation. Oftentimes that is done by simply nodding, encouraging more discussion. So, for example, the child says, I want to get a tattoo on my face. I want to get a tattoo on my face. Sorry, my cat is going back and forth for some reason. Go sit down, kitty. I want to get a tattoo on my face. Oh my God, oh no, don't do that. Shut them down. We have shut them down. We may not want them to get a tattoo on their face, but by reacting like that, they're not going to come to us with any more conversations or ideas. So instead, we say simply, we reflect back what they have said. Not like a parrot. They say, I want to get a tattoo on my face. You're thinking about a tattoo on your face? Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Okay, all right. Lots of my friends have it, so your friends have it too. So, what we're doing here is we are not judging, we are not adding, we are not jumping in. We want them to talk because that's what it is talk. And then we might say something like, well, when you're of age, those might be some choices for you. But right now we're not able to do tattoos. But when you get of age, those will be your choices. So, not saying don't do it because that's what they're going to do. Okay. All right. Staying connected as a couple. Now, if parents are separate or together, kids are happier. They are happier when parents are able to demonstrate, model positive relationships, whether they are with the other parent or not. So that means I don't. If I'm mom and I say, "Your dad's a dog. All men are dogs." Okay, and it's gotta think about what does that make the kid feel like. If that kid is a boy, what is that saying to him? When we cut the other parent down in front of the child, it makes the child feel like they have to make a choice. It is unfair, and children should not have that burden placed upon them. What the folks say in the past? If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. And if that's where you're at, if you can't say anything nice about your ex-partner or the child's other parent, don't say anything at all. If they come to you and they're talking about their other partner, you just, you nod, you say, okay, but you don't comment negatively. Another one is they understand their child's love language, which is more than saying, I love you. Kids have all kinds of ways of showing their love. Maybe it's following you around. Maybe it is wanting to hold your hand. Maybe it's snuggling or cuddling. Maybe it is sitting by you on the couch. Whatever, maybe it is going with you to the grocery store, whatever it might be. So, looking at your kids, understanding their love language, and using some of it back to them. So, if they touch your hair or whatever, you might give them a hug or a rub on the shoulder, whatever it might be. Responsible parents let their children take and make some of their own decisions. I've said this before. Everybody likes choices, whether you're an adult or a child. So making a good choice doesn't happen unless children are taught and given opportunities to make choices all the way along. Instead of saying, I'm buying you 5 pair of black jeans because I am sick and tired of the knees being dirty. That's all you're going to wear. How would that feel if we had to do that, if somebody imposed that on us? Now, understandably, some kids have to wear uniforms to school. That's certainly true. And there is some flexibility in some uniforms. So if there is, allowing those choices. As far as fun clothes or dress clothes, things like that, you may have certain guidelines, but within those guidelines, you have the opportunity, you can allow them to make choices in between these and these. So choices, good choice making has to be developed. If we do it for them, if we force them into just doing this only, then They're not going to learn to make choices. They're going to become resentful, sneak around, do what they want to do behind our backs. If they are given choices, they are less likely to be involved in that. The other thing is responsible parents make more emphasis on moral values than materialistic things. So doing the right thing. Doing the right thing. So responsible parents will place importance on values like honesty, kindness, compassion, and integrity, and less importance on having straight A's, competition, being the best, competing with everyone, buying expensive things, or expensive haircuts, or expensive nails, those kinds of things. They understand that sound character goes a longer way than a better grade. I think it was possibly yesterday or maybe it was one day last week, I overheard a mother, on the phone to the child's father. And she's raging because in this time, parents are asked to be teaching their children. And she said, I'm no teacher. Well, I get that part. She said, and besides, he's a stupid idiot. He's just a stupid idiot. That hurt me to my heart. That hurt me to my heart. How dare you call your child a stupid idiot? Because you can't teach, he's a stupid idiot? Intelligence is not just reading, writing, and arithmetic, as they used to say. There's much more to intelligence. Not every kid is strong in every subject. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. And I thought it was interesting that she would call him a stupid idiot when she herself had some learning disabilities, but excused those. Criticism, hurt. Okay. All right, the next one. Responsible parents take parenting easily by giving good memories. Good memories. When you go to bed at night, how much of the time did you spend with your child making good memories? Could be just a simple thing, like sitting down to a meal together, talking about stuff, telling stories. Could be washing the dishes together and having a good conversation or a good laugh. Good memories. Doesn't have to be expensive vacations or shopping trips. Good memories happen every day. I tell you a good memory that I had is my great uncle. When I was 6, 7, 8, he and I would sit outside in his yard in the summer, and we would each have a bowl of ice cream. And we sat there and he talked and he listened to me, and I was the most important person in his world at that moment. And that's a good memory. Can we make memories like that with our kids? I hope so. What responsible parents don't do, they don't fake their attention, because kids see right through that. They don't compare their kids with other kids or with their siblings. They don't stop their kids from voicing their opinions. Kids can voice their opinion. It's not right or wrong, it's theirs. They don't thrust their decisions upon the kids. So just forcing a kid to do something, and again, there's no choices. I understand that there are some things in life, medical decisions, things like that, that are, of course, something that we as parents have to take responsibility for. The other thing is they don't act as great parents. In other words, when they're out in public, oh, my little boy, blah, 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 my daughter, she's this, she's wonderful. Oh, you're such a beautiful girl. And then at home, criticizing, putting down, demeaning. You see, don't act as good parents, as great parents. Responsible parents are good parents. Okay, guys, I need some notes on all of those things. I expect you to be able to then list some of the things that a good parent, a responsible parent does, and then break it down to you. What is at least one responsible thing that you do as a parent? Okay, have a good day, stay well, and I will talk with you soon, hopefully in the flesh someday. All right, bye-bye.